What happens if your student visa is refused? A lot of the time they'll refuse a student visa on what's called genuine temporary entrant criteria or genuine student grounds. So this is basically immigration just saying whether or not they believe that you are a genuine student who actually wants to study in Australia and is not just coming out for other reasons. It can be very subjective and it can be very tricky to overcome if they refuse solely off GTE criteria. So one of the things we recommend is obviously evaluating what you put forward in your application, but looking at ways we could strengthen it. So for example, if you've got no previous background in what you've applied to study, maybe look at studying a short course online or trying to gain some work experience in that field, just to show that you do have a genuine interest in what it is you're wanting to study in Australia. So there's a million short courses out there related to a ton of different fields that can really strengthen that application. Obviously, if it was refused for financial reasons, you've got to come back with finances that are going to meet those requirements. Requirements of the financials are there, and if you don't meet them, don't apply for the student visa. It doesn't make sense. It's going to get refused. So making sure you meet all that criteria prior to lodgement is really, really important. And the biggest one is if it's refused, don't rush and lodge an application 2 weeks later, 1 month later with exactly what you just lodged with before, hoping for a better outcome. Take the time. I usually recommend waiting about 6 months before lodging a new student visa app and really doing everything you can in that 6 months to address any reason they refused it previously, making sure all those documents are as strong as they can be, and putting forward an application that is going to give you the best chance of getting approved. And like I said before, speak to an agency, someone who does this every day, who knows what immigration's looking for. So if you're onshore and you've had your student visa refused, it's very different to an offshore application for the simple reason you have the right to appeal this decision. If your visa was refused onshore, it's 90% of the time, it's for genuine student grounds. The government just puts a blanket refusal notice in there, nothing really pertaining to the application itself. They just say, look, we don't believe you're a genuine student, visa refused. For an applicant who's onshore and that's the refusal you got, appeal that decision. It's going to take anywhere from a year and a half to actually go through that appeals process. So you essentially lodge your appeal and you won't hear anything for ages. In this time, stick to your original plan. You'll be on a bridging visa. You'll carry all the same rights from your previous visa. So if you had a working holiday visa, you're going to get all your full work rights throughout that whole period. And appealing the decision and you going to school, sticking to what your plan was, sticking to everything you said you were going to do in your genuine student statement. So when it comes time to appeal, you say, well, look, here's my attendance record. Here's my statement of attainment of all the modules I've completed so far in my course. I've been a great student. So the fact you refused me on not being a genuine student, I'm now proving this wrong. So you're looking very good to have that application overturned. So as you can see, it's a very different process onshore, and students who are lucky enough to apply onshore for an Australian student visa do have a much better opportunity to overturning that refusal. But as I said, it's not impossible from offshore either. Don't give up, prepare properly, and speak to an agency like Pathway to Oz who can help you and make sure that application is the best it can be before it gets lodged to the Department of Immigration. So guys, if you have any questions about studying in Australia or student visas or any other visas, never hesitate to contact the team, Pathway to Oz.